When was the last time you took a leap of faith, trusting that everything is going to work out? Do you crave growth, or are you merely content with the status quo? If you want more out of your life, out of your career, and out of your relationships, you are in the right place. Take the leap and discover how to create a life by design rather than living it by default. Real success starts with you. Now here's your host, Colleen Biggs.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Take the Leap. I am your host, as always, Colleen Biggs. So excited to be back for another episode. I can't believe we're already on episode 76. You know, when I started over again, I feel like my whole life sometimes is this start over. You know, when I was married and I got divorced, I felt like I started over in a new house with new furniture and got married and got divorced. It was just like, oh my gosh, I do not want to start my life over. And then when I started the podcast and we switched the name and we started from number one again, I just want to thank all of you for hanging in there with us and just staying loyal to this awesome brand that we've built and these wonderful guests that we have that come on the show. And today will be no different because we have Mozhgan Mohammadi today with us on the show. And she is going to be talking a lot about her story and where she immigrated from and against all odds, how she opened this business. And then we're going to be talking a little bit about the secret to youthful skin, because you're going to understand that she owns a skincare company, but it's her major story of how she immigrated here with nothing to get to where she is today. And that's going to be the main premise of the show. So I love stories like this. I think they are just the best. But before I get to them, before I get to Mozhgan, I want to thank our sponsor of today's show, The Adventures of Julie Jones. Are you overwhelmed and overworked with a never-ending to-do list? Do you constantly feel tired because life seems hard and your needs are nowhere near the top of the priority list? Well, as an adventure and breakthrough coach, Julie Jones will support you in life that is easy, effortless, and most of all, fun. Stop spending time on the have-tos and start living full in the life of I get to. What are you waiting for? Take action and go to juliejones.biz and book a free 30-minute live out loud call with Julie. I promise you, you will not be disappointed when you book that call with her. So let's get back to our guest for today and this amazing, profound story that as someone who is living out loud today and has taken a lot of risks. So Mozhgan Mohammadi, she immigrated here 7 years ago with 2 children to the United States. She had some skincare skills, but she had to go to school to get licensed again here in the United States. She was licensed where she lived before, had to redo that again here. She then proceeded to open her own business without any knowledge of opening a business, without knowing anyone or having any clients, and now has a flourishing skincare business here in Arizona with special techniques and a touch with a great reputation on her skills. And we're going to get into that a little bit more. Mozhgan, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Mozhgan. That's my big, great pleasure to be with you, Colleen, today. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's rewind it and tell everyone, why did you immigrate to the United States? What happened in your life? Where were you living? Why did you make the decision to immigrate here to the United States? What was the cause for that?
It has been always in my mind. I started my life with nothing. Like when I got married at that time, we started our life with nothing and from zero, and we built good, like from education, from financial, we got to a comfortable zone, really. But it was always in my mind that I wanna to give better opportunity to my children, to live better life. And it was always the top of my head that America is the place that I wish I can go. But I had no idea how to go. no idea. And guess what? It was just in my mind. And then if you have heard about the green card lottery, the last day of registration, I just registered. And I won the lottery. It was amazing. I couldn't believe that my dream came to true like this. Like the chance to be win in a lottery, it is like much less. Green card lottery is much less than to be won in a like money lottery that we do.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't the end of that. Like the secret in my life has been always wanting to grow in spiritual, in life skills, in profession, in everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to that, but it wasn't like that. Like when we came to here, I left all my comfort zone and I just accepted to move ahead. So
let's rewind for a second and tell everyone, where were you living when you applied for the lottery?
I was in Iran.
You were in Iran. Okay.
Yes.
So you applied for the lottery in Iran. Your children were how old when you migrated to the United States?
So 19 and 9.
Okay. 19 and 9 were your children's ages when you migrated. Did you come by yourself with your 2 children, or did your husband come with you?
At that time, he just came for 1.5 months with us, and then he back. And at that time, I was married.
Okay, so you were married and he came for 1.5 months with you as the migration happened. And then he left and went back to Iran, and you were here in the United States. So for anyone in the United States right now, we have a lot of listeners that are in other countries. I think that if you live in the United States, you take it for granted how wonderful it is here, because many women that I talk to that come to the United States, including my own daughter-in-law and grandchildren from another country, say everybody wants to move to the United States that doesn't live there. It's like the dream to go to the United States. So we definitely take that for granted. But now you're here and your children are 19 and 9. And so you're in the United States, your husband goes back to Iran, and what do you immigrate? You're like, what am I going to do? Like what?
Exactly. So when you immigrate, it's just the beginning of that. It's not like red carpet is expanded for you. Everything.
No, you're just here. And then you're like, how do I build a life? Yeah. How do I build a life?
Everything was totally different with what I used to live. So I had very comfortable life there, but I left that because I wanted more. I wanted to go to next step. So I left all of my comfort zone, took my 2 kids, we came here. And then right now, at that time, I didn't know even how to get driving license, how to rent a house. But I'm telling you, the universe. So when you take one step, the universe.
It's the law of attraction. Yes, it's the law. Mm-hmm.
So from that time, I was seeing a lot of miracles, like the people that came to my life and gave me direction. They got my hands, helped me. It was tremendous. And it was just all miracle on my way. It was so challenging. And telling you, sometimes I was thinking that, did I do the right thing? Because my son was 9 years at that time, and he left all his comfortable life that he had, all the friends around, anything that he wanted at that time, it was like this for him. And right now here, living with the beginning, with the just surviving. And he was always saying to me, Mom, why did you do that for us? I don't want that. And I was saying that, okay, Mom. And I was always telling myself, did I do right thing or not? And right now, I'm really, really grateful for the steps that I took.
Yeah.
And
we never
be honored.
Mozhgan, and speaking to everyone as our listeners as well, as moms, we never know if we're making the right choices. We never know if we're doing the right thing. We only have the information we have in front of us at that moment to make a right decision. And because you won the lottery, You just knew it was fate that you needed to come here. And so you made the right decision for your children and for yourself. And then, I think about, you go on to start a business, and I coach a lot of women business owners, and a lot of them they live in the United States. They were raised in the United States. They don't even know the first step to take to start a business, and they live here. You have a language barrier. You have never even been in this culture. So it would be like me moving to Iran and starting a business. I wouldn't know the first thing to do. And that's how you were here. And the universe sent you the right people that needed to be in your path to support you on that. So what happens next? You get licensed so that you can do skincare here in the United States.
Yes. So after that, I got to school. I had to have the school again here,
Yes.
and then get licensed here. I got it, and then I was going to, I got hired, and then I was doing, but then I was able to pay my bills, to pay my rent.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, is it the thing that I wanted? It's not. So again, taking the risk, again, leaving my comfort zone, because I have been able to pay my bills and rent and this thing, but it wasn't the place that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I knew that I can do much more than that. So again, I left all of that without having any knowledge of opening business here, but just I had belief in and faith that God is going to support me. And that is big. I believe on that when you start something, God is going to, or a spirit, or whatever you believe, is going to supply.
Yeah. He does. He's right. Yeah, you're right.
Not you. You just should have that faith and that intention. And I want to say that at least 4 times I totally passed and put away my comfort zone, and I moved forward. And I have been satisfied and always grateful for what I did, because Spirit, God helped me tremendous.
The name of this podcast is Take the Leap. I mean, I think you've probably taken one of the furthest leaps out of any of our guests on the show. But the scariness and the feeling that you don't know, but because you have that faith, like you talked about in God, that he would protect you and guide you, do you feel that along the way, even though it was really scary to take that leap, that it really just was about putting one foot in front of the other, and then you'd figure out the next step, and then you'd figure out the next step, and it was like the bricks were being laid on the path for you, ahead of you, so that you really always knew that everything was going to be okay?
Yeah, always it's like that. You should be ready for the amount of, like in business, you should, if you believe whatever you are ready for that, your business grows that way. I saw it really clear. So when you are clear that you want to move forward, just you will see the right people is going to come to your way.
So you're working for someone, and then you decide to open your own business. Do you remember thinking back how you got your first client?
Oh, yeah. Well, when I opened my business with even no clients, and I was thinking, okay, what should I do? Then I thought, okay, I'm going to introduce myself to people. So I remembered in the area that I was, there was some beauty salon, like the hairstylist, and there was, I was thinking that what are my topical client that I want to get. So I thought, okay, there are some people that I can work with them. So I went and I made some flyer with discount, and I put to the 2-3 hairstylists around me. And then I went to some clinic, health clinic, that they were private. And right now, still, I have those clients. So the assistants in the registry, I got friends with them, and I told that I'm starting my business and I do this, but my technique is different because my touch is different. I have my technique from other place. So you just come one time and I give you 50% off. So she came and she's still telling me that, do you remember you came to our clinic and you introduced yourself? And I'm so blessed that and those are right now my best clients, because we have such a deep relationship and friendship. Like I'm telling you, my best friends are my clients because I have no family here. It's just me and my 2 kids.
So let's back up the story a little bit. So you started your business. Now, was there a plan for your husband to come join you at any point?
Yeah, at that time was planning him to come and to join us, but it didn't happen. So he didn't feel comfortable to be with us or whatever. So he decided not to come to us. And it was emotionally very suffering for me. It was another big challenge for me for years and years, because I was trying to do whatever I can to convince him, but it didn't happen. He's an amazing man. He has been always supporting his family, but he didn't feel comfortable to come with us.
Yeah. That's got to be very difficult because not only are you transitioning to a new country, now you're a single mom transitioning to a new country, and the love of your life that you obviously wanted to be able to come join you isn't. And so that's a huge emotional challenge on top of deciding to build a business, not knowing how to do that, and then just praying that the right clients would come along, and they did. And everything worked out seamlessly, even though I'm sure there was a lot of fear and scarcity throughout that time.
Of course. But, when you are in the challenging, always you say, why this is happening? Why I have this much of challenges? But right now that I'm looking back, I see that the person that right now I am, the connection that I have with myself, the communication, all the skills that I have, and the loving that I can share, the caring that I can, and the connection that I can even have with my client, because I understand them when they come to me. And I look at and I say to them sometimes my small story about them. And I say that, you see, we all have challenges, but we should decide to be defeated or to say the winner or, say that, no, we defeated by that.
That's right. Yeah, no, you're victorious for sure. And since the day I met you, you're constantly craving growth and learning and change. And I remember Julie Jones, our sponsor today, had given me a gift card to come and get a facial from you. And I don't usually get a lot of facials. I'm more of a massage person, not a lot of facials. I've had facials in my life, but I don't regularly schedule facials like I regularly schedule massages. So I was like, sure, yeah, I would love to do this. And Julie's like, oh, you're going to fall asleep. It's the most amazing facial. Well, I've had facials before and I didn't fall asleep unless I was totally exhausted. She's like, I'm telling you what she does is going to be amazing. And then I don't know, halfway through or whatever, I think I fell asleep. And I just remember looking at you at the end and I was like, did I fall asleep? You said, yeah. But the way your technique on what you use is different than anything with music, with sound, with just how you do a facial is nothing like I've ever experienced in my life. Where did that come from for you, Mozhgan? Is this something that you feel was guided for you to do this, and this is why you have the instruments and the tools to be able to do that, and the combination of how you put those together? Because again, you're like no other esthetician out there that does facials. It's a completely unique experience.
Thank you. Yeah, so I remember that I always have been in holistic, and I always wanted to do something like to keep the beauty, but in natural way.
Yes.
So, and as I mentioned before, it always, when you want something, you will face it. And then on my way here, and the first time that I've noticed that my touch is really healing and different, I was every day hearing that from my client that, Moji, you have really healing touch. Like it's not on my face, my whole body is like healed. It was the thing that I every day almost was hearing that. And then I had a client that he was like a author. He is like a genius coach. And at the end of his treatment told me that, Moja, I want to say that you have healing hands. I said, okay, are you sure? Yeah. So I trusted myself more. Yeah. And then I asked more from universe, and then reflexology, like Russian massage on the muscles, like gua sha, microcurrent. These all came to my way because I wanted different. And then I combined the knowledge of everyone. Like I combined the knowledge that I got from Russian massage, and I do that with my gua sha. I do that with my microcurrent. I got a lot of amazing technique from my microcurrent. That is the like FDA approved one, Tama microcurrent. So, and then I faced to like sound therapy that it helped really by lymph drainage, opening all this. So because I wanted to be holistic, I wanted to be unique. So all this knowledge step by step came, and I got the license in that, I got the certificate in that. And then I combined all the knowledge together. And right now I'm creating a system that is totally different from any other facial experience, because I work a lot on the neck and décolleté. This area is the area that is mostly ignored, and but this is the main area that make a lot of problem on the skin, like the puffiness on the eyes, the defining jawline, the puffiness that people see in their neck and in their jawline. It's all because of their posture, the stagnation here. So I help them, I educate them. And those all make me like to be different.
Way different than any facial I've ever been to. And I'm sure anyone listening right now, and again, she's in the Valley of the Sun in Arizona in the Scottsdale area. So she obviously can't give you a facial over Zoom or anything like that. That's not going to happen.
I have some of my clients that they don't live here. They get virtual training on how I can help them to like open their neck and here and then work on their puffiness. I will educate them so wherever they are, they can get benefit of the knowledge.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's great. I didn't even know that. So tell us, I mean, this has been this. So your secret to youthful skin is so much more than just the touch or the products you put on the face. Your secret to youthful skin has really been your story about believing in yourself, educating yourself, taking risks, taking leaps, having faith in God, knowing that he's going to provide the path for you, listening and believing in yourself. All of these things really repel stress, because we can just be worried and stressful, and those things really show on your skin. And you are all about the youthful skin and the plumpiness, and like you said, the drainage and the all of the healing that you do in this entire upper region of the body. So what is next for you? Where do you go from here? I mean, I kind of feel like you should have a cape on, like, you know, kind of a superwoman cape on for what you've been able to accomplish. I'm sure every single mother is sitting out there like, wow, I can barely keep my humans alive every day. And look at her. She's moving to new countries and starting businesses and doing these certifications. And now what's next for you?
My next is really like the changing to the vision of anti-aging treatments. Because like now, you know, I am seeing in my client that they are in 25th years, and they think that, oh, what should we do for this like stress that make TMJ? Is it just doing some Botox is going to help it, or the line that is coming, or this defining? So, and when they come and they see the differences, they are saying that you changed my life. You like the client that they come with the redness, and they think that they should deal with that the whole life, and that irritated the skin. When I do that lymph drainage for them, their skin really change, and they say, oh, I didn't know that I can. I was thinking I should do it for like have it forever. So these all give me a lot of like courage to forward and to keep going and expanding. And I'm thinking to have a healing big like clinic. That's my point, to help much more people to be able to have, and to have a system and educate like more esthetician even about doing holistic, and the people, the clients, to do and to look at anti-aging treatment in other way. Because
versus facelifts and Botox and all of the chemicals and the things that are being used today for the quick fixes, rather than healing the body, like you talked about with the process that you go through, the lymph draining and how it changes the rosacea, that, the color of the skin.
And not to have to wear makeup every day. Like I'm 50, I never did anything. And I like even never do any foundation. So I like that. I like that natural. And it's all by education. And we can all do it. We can prevent and we can treat.
Absolutely.
That is right.
So I love it that you're scaling, that you're growing your business and creating a healing, like you said, a healing center where you can do more of your work and bring in more of what you do, but you're only one person now, so anyone out there that's listening, if you're like, wow, I'm an esthetician, I would love to be able to work at a healing center like that, or work with Mozhgan, this is your opportunity to reach out to her. We have a lot of contact information available to you at your fingertips. And I know they can follow you on Instagram and Facebook, but what is your website that they can reach out to you, where they can call you? Because we have your phone number listed as well for your business. So share with us your website and your phone number, Mozhgan.
So my phone number is 480-559-9010. And the website is, my business name is Royal Skin Care.
Mm-hmm.
So easy to remember. So it's royalskin.care.
.care. Yep.
Business is Royal Skin Care. So the website is royalskin.care.
Yep. So it's royalskin.care. We have that at your fingertips. You can just click on that real quickly and get over to her website and reach out to her through her website, call her. I think that's one of the best ways to reach out to her. You can also reach out to her at royalskincare18@gmail.com. So you could email her as well. Whether you are looking to want to be a customer and experience this, if you're having some issues and you want to have a virtual call with her, reach out to her via her website. Or if you're an esthetician and you're in the area and you would love to work with Mozhgan and learn these techniques of what she's doing to be able to provide that holistic healing for clientele, reach out to her and either email her or call her, reach out to her on her website. Mozhgan, this has been just an amazing story, an amazing conversation. Your courage has just always amazed me. I've been a single mother for a large part of my life until I got remarried 15 years ago. And I have to say, it was not easy being a single mother and caring for them and feeding them and, keeping them in school and everything that you have to do. But I never in my life could imagine plucking everything I know and everyone I know and hauling to another country hundreds and thousands of miles away and starting over in, a country where there's a different language, a different culture, a different everything. And I think every woman today is, can really praise you for how you face fear.
Thank you.
And how you utilize your faith in God and prayer to be able to know that you're not alone and the universe is going to deliver the minute you take that first step. But that was the key to what you said today. We have to take that first step, and then the law of the universe will match that, right? Because it's the law.
Faith to that.
Yeah.
Let's believe on that.
That's right. Yeah. And I just want to remind all of our listeners today, as I do every podcast episode, think about this, okay? You're the only you that's ever been. You're the only you that will ever be. Mozhgan is the only Mozhgan that will ever be. She could have stayed in Iran. She could have had her life with her family. She could have stayed there, but she had this calling that she needed to come to America. She needed to bring her skills to learn what she needed to learn to change the lives of individuals. And she did it. So what are you missing out on? Because the you that you are today is just going to expire one day. And you're not willing to step in and face that fear and trust that God's going to be there to lay the bricks on the path like they were for Mozhgan. So something to think about leaving the episode today for each one of our listeners. What are you missing out on that you could be taking advantage of and living the rest of your life in joy and happiness and knowing that you didn't miss out? Mozhgan, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So wonderful. And for all of you listening, don't forget, until next time, be you and be strong. We'll see you again later. Bye-bye for now.
We hope you enjoyed our show today, as our guests shared their secrets on designing their life by taking the necessary leaps to expand their influence and attract the right people and clients into their lives. To start these easy steps for yourself, be sure to visit www.colleenbiggs.net/freebies to download the 7 ways to increase your exposure today.